I should probably stop buying fabric and go ahead and use some of the fabric that I have. I have an idea on a Storm at Sea Quilt that I want to try out. So I'm going to head to Walmart and buy some fabric. I wanted a cream colored fabric instead of white, but Walmart didn't have any. This is my first Storm at Sea quilt and my third quilt that I ever made, and it took a long time making this quilt. Here are the units used to make the quilt. The 4 patch in the middle, because I didn't know, I cut out all these small squares and sewed them together instead of doing like the sewing the strips together and subcutting. The unit on the right, at that time I didn't have the Trirex ruler, so I had to piece together 4 half rectangle squares. This one was a little easier to make because I purchased the Trirex ruler, and the 4 patch in the middle went by a little quicker because I was sewing the strips together to make the 4 patch. I was I was experimenting on this one, and it was hard quilting on this single machine. I think that's why I purchased my treadle machine for a bigger space to quilt on. I'm going to call this quilt Blizzard at Sea because I did a lot of the snowballing technique. This one I have a 4.5 inch square that is white and 2.5 of this blue, and just snowball the corners. But I also didn't trim off the excess, being lazy. This one also was snowballed. I used, let me look, a rectangle that's 4.5 by 10 1/4. And then for the snowball corners, I used a 5.5 inch square, which is really huge. So I had to turn it to the back and trim off the excess. I did trim off the middle fabric, but I left this fabric just in case if I got off. And doing it this way, you have a lot of waste. So here's my waste from the trimming. But I was able to use some of these to make the snail trail block. I guess, is it a snail trail block? Since I didn't use the 4 patch. I used a square and I snowballed the corners instead of using the 4 patch. Is it a snail trail block now, or is it like a S trail or a snake trail? All right, putting those units together, I will make 2 blocks. This block has the blue in the left hand corner, and this block has the white in the left hand corner. So when you put those together, it'll look like this. This is what I was going to make, but I found a different layout that I like better. I'm not going to make 2 blocks. I'm going to make just 1 block with the blue in the left hand corner. If you put the white in the left hand corner instead of it, it'll just tilt the other way. Like this part right here will go that way. And I think piecing all of my units together, I might piece it on my on my serger and get rid of all these I forgot the name of these things. Sometimes you shouldn't be lazy when making a quilt. I had to make more of these units, and I was being lazy, so I didn't trim this middle part out. So when I put the quilt when I put the quilt together, I have a lot of spots like this that it didn't catch. This part right here is thick with fabric, and also this one, but the snowball corners are thick, so I have a lot of spots like that. So now I don't feel comfortable selling this, so I just keep it for myself. I want to attempt to do some fairly dense graffiti quilting so I can kind of fix these areas that I showed earlier. It probably, I don't think for this type of quilt it'll look good, but since I'm keeping it for myself, it'll be all right. I'm gonna have a lot of problems with this. Okay, that's ugly. I switched my thread. I think that might have been the problem why I was having so many thread breakage. So I'm gonna finish this section first, and then when I shift the quilt over, I will record that part. It's looking a little bit better, but I stopped right there because I really don't like the sound of regulated mode. So I might try to see, should I finish this section in regulated mode or just go ahead and switch to manual, or do manual on the next shift, which the shift is only a little bit.